Joining us now, President and CEO of the National Constitution Center, Jeffrey Rosen. What's at stake here? What's the bottom line?
What's at stake is the independence of the judiciary and the rule of law. Chief Justice Roberts' statement could not have been more serious. He has twice before rebuked first President Trump and then Senator Chuck Schumer for trying to call for the politicization of the judiciary. But it's very important that Chief Justice Roberts said for more than 200 years, there's been a bipartisan tradition that impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement with a judicial decision. He was referring to the sole impeachment of a Supreme Court justice, of Chief Justice Samuel Chase in 1804, and Chief Justice Chase was acquitted in 1805 because of the principle that you can't impeach judges because you disagree with their rulings. And that acquittal was supported by Chief Justice John Marshall, who is Chief Justice John Roberts' hero. So this is a very serious and significant statement by the Chief Justice that for more than 200 years, there has been a bipartisan agreement that you cannot impeach judges because you disagree with their rulings. This is not just some small spat. What is at stake is the fundamental independence of the judiciary and the nonpartisan legitimacy of the rule of law.
Jeffrey, what do you make of the argument we've heard from President Trump, from the Trump administration, but from members of the media that support Donald Trump, that effectively Chief Justice Roberts made a political statement yesterday when he came out and said this, that he was effectively taking the side of those opposed to Donald Trump's deportation efforts. Do you see politics in this at all?
This is the opposite of politics. Chief Justice Roberts said that politics must play no role in attempts to remove judges. And in fact, in Chief Justice Roberts' end-of-year report, which was issued before the Trump administration, he decried criticism of judges by both Democratic and Republican partisans on the basis of disagreement with their rulings. It is urgently important to recognize that the Chief Justice is saying it doesn't matter if you're a Republican. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat. If you disagree with a judicial decision, you appeal it. And ultimately, the Supreme Court has the last word. This is the very, very serious attempt to keep politics out of the judiciary.
Well, and Claire, you look at Chief Justice Roberts' actions, the few times that he has spoken out in the past or visualized or verbalized anything. You see it's bipartisan, and it's when people are trying to drag the Supreme Court into American politics. And we had this statement following what Donald Trump had written on Truth Social. We had what he wrote after Chuck Schumer held a press conference that many judicial observers found to be deeply concerning. We remember when Barack Obama talked about Citizens United with them right there, and the justices started shaking their heads. And even in his rulings with Obamacare, when he had a ruling on Obamacare and surprised a lot of people by refusing to overturn Obamacare, Chief Justice Roberts, and I think it's really the line that defines where he stands on politics, he said, don't ask us to do here what you can do at the ballot box next fall. Not our job. And so he's given it to both sides anytime he's seen judicial independence challenged or threatened, and has said, we are not Republicans, we are not Democrats, we are judges.
Yeah, the difference between Roberts calling out Schumer and calling out Trump excuse me, is that Schumer the next day actually walked it back and said, I got carried away, and basically said I shouldn't have said what I said. Obviously, we're not going to hear that from Trump. You know, Jeffrey, I'd like to talk to you about the politicization of the judiciary writ large and what impact that's having, the bleed over to the federal system. I don't think enough Americans understand the difference between our Article III federal courts and our local courts. And what we're seeing in Wisconsin right now is a full-out partisan political fight for the Supreme Court in Wisconsin, with Elon Musk putting hundreds of millions of dollars of his personal money to try to promote the right-wing Republican judge that is trying to take a seat on the Supreme Court. Talk about the state courts and what impact that's having on this lack of trust and the politicalization of the courts, because I think people don't realize the bright line and the differences between our federal judiciary, which ultimately has responsibility for interpreting the Constitution, and these local races that have become so political under the Trump era.
You're so right that it's important to understand the difference. Of course, federal judges are appointed for life. Many state court judges are elected, and therefore there's a great danger of politicization in state courts. But this is why Chief Justice Marshall thought that there was an existential threat to the judiciary if you could impeach judges because you disagree with your decisions. If you do that, then judges become political actors, and they can be literally voted out of office. And that's why the Senate's decision to acquit Chief Justice Chase established the independence of the judiciary for the next 200 years. It's really striking that President Trump said in his attack on Judge Boasberg, no one elected him. He didn't win any electoral votes. Of course, that's the very point of the judiciary, is that they're not elected, but that they can decide without fear or favor based on the rule of law. So once you have politicians attacking judges and saying they can be removed because you don't agree with their decisions, then state court judges will become even more politicized. The federal courts will become politicized. And the one thing standing between us and total partisanship, which is the rule of law, will be under threat.
President and CEO of the National Constitution Center, Jeffrey Rosen. Jeffrey, thanks so much. Always good to have you on the show. Chris, tomorrow marks 2 months of this administration. So much has happened in just those 2 months. I'm curious in total what you think about what we've seen so far. The courts are pushing back. We saw yesterday that USAID will be reinstated. The trans in the military has been reversed by a court yesterday. You go down the list, the courts are pushing back, but broadly, obviously, this administration has taken a slash and burn approach to the government, firing employees. We saw, you mentioned the Zelensky meeting, this new approach to Russia and Ukraine on foreign policy. What do you make of everything we've seen?
Just take the Republican Party, not even everybody, just the Republican Party. Back in '52, Eisenhower gave up his role as Supreme Commander of NATO so he could run for the Republican nomination and keep Robert Taft from becoming the nominee. First of all, Taft would have lost perhaps to Adlai Stevenson, but he was definitely an America firster. He was a total isolationist. He said, no, the Republican Party is the international party. We're going to fight the communists. And he won. And so that has held. Both parties have agreed with this ever since '52. They've all believed in NATO. And now this guy comes along. Not only does he not believe in that, he doesn't believe in containment. He's welcoming Russia to take over. He's welcomed them to grab a big piece of Ukraine. God knows what's next. And the problem he has with this guy is nothing's compared to Hitler. Nobody compares anybody to Hitler. But the fact is that Putin is not accepting it. He did on the phone yesterday, I will not stop being an aggressor. I am the aggressor. Got it? I'm the one gobbling up a little country next door. That's what I'm doing. And I got my eyes on Belarus. Oh, by the way, I got my eyes on the Baltic states and maybe Poland. I got my eyes on that. So why would I stop here? I'm not stopping here. Hitler didn't stop here. He grabbed after he got the Sudetenland, he gobbled up Prague. He took all of Czechoslovakia. He didn't wait a minute, really. And so this guy doesn't want a minute. He doesn't want to stop. He's Putin. And the only person in the world that doesn't know he's Putin is the president. And it's unbelievable how dumb he seems. And I don't think he's dumb. I don't think Trump is dumb. And the idea that he is stupid about Putin, and it looks like it's going to go on, and this war is going to go on, and the destruction is going to go on of Ukraine. And it's frightening to see an American leader so misdirected.
Well, it's something about Vladimir Putin that misdirects American leaders, as we've said time and time again. You had George W. Bush in 2004 saying he looked into the eyes of Putin and read his soul. 3 years later, Putin declares war on the West at the Munich Security Conference. A year later, he invades Georgia. The United States does nothing about it. So how does Putin respond to that? He hears Barack Obama in 2012 tell Medvedev, the figurehead leader of the country at the time, hey, let's wait till after the election and then we can get a lot more done. 2 years later, Putin goes, OK, I'll get a lot more done. He invades Ukraine. He invades Crimea. He shoots down commercial aircraft time and time again. The United States, he signs a deal in 2019, a ceasefire in 2019 that he violates time and time again. this is what Vladimir Putin does to American leaders. That's one reason. The Wall Street Journal editorial's other editorial is talking about what you just talked about, Chris Matthews, the phone call. And I just want to read just a quick portion of it. It said President Trump and Vladimir Putin talked on the phone on Tuesday, and neither side is divulging much of the details. But strip away the diplomatic pieties, and the main result is that Mr. Putin didn't agree to Mr. Trump's 30-day ceasefire, while Ukraine's Zelensky did. Have we figured out who the real obstacle to peace is yet? And they go on. And one other thing, too, Mika, just following up on this conversation about Republicans and supporters of President Trump going, oh, my God, Chief Justice Roberts is getting involved in politics. No, again, these judges are not elected. They are appointed. But I will tell you where they do elect Supreme Court judges, up in Wisconsin. And as Claire said, what is Elon Musk doing? He's pouring $10 million from 2 super PACs, maybe a little over $10 million in super PACs into trying to change the outcome of that race. So on one hand, they're saying, oh, judges should not be involved in politics. And on the other, Elon Musk pouring $10 million, $11 million, perhaps $11 million to try to change the outcome of a state judicial race.